Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here again to unpack some complex ideas and hopefully give you precise, quick knowledge.
That's the goal.
And today we're doing a deep dive into something from linguistics, specifically a grammar point, the future perfect continuous tense.
Right. Sounds a bit heavy, maybe.
It does sound a bit formidable, yeah. But our mission here is really to understand its function, what it does, and, how it adds this amazing clarity when we talk about the future, especially duration.
Absolutely. It's easy to think of grammar as just, well, dry rules.
Mhm.
But these tools, they really shape how we see and talk about future events.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this deep dive will show it's not just some obscure rule, but actually quite a powerful concept for planning and predicting.
Okay, so let's frame this. Think about a communication challenge we probably all face. You're trying to explain something in the future.
Right.
That will have already been going on for a while when something else happens, like maybe saying, by the time the new CEO starts, we'll be working on this project for 6 months.
Yeah, that's close. You get the idea across.
But it feels like it's missing something, doesn't it? A certain precision. And our source material points to the future perfect continuous as the elegant fix for exactly this.
It does. The core idea is describing an ongoing action in the future and its future duration.
Okay. Ongoing action, future duration.
What's really interesting, I think, is how it lets us kind of project backwards from a point in the future.
Backwards from the future. How so?
Well, it's not just saying something will happen,
Mm-hmm.
or even that it will be happening right at that moment.
Okay.
Instead, it highlights that an action will have been happening continuously for a stretch of time, leading right up to, or maybe even past, that future point you're talking about.
Ah, okay. So it's like describing the journey, the persistence of the activity, but from that future viewpoint.
Exactly. The trajectory and persistence. That's a good way to put it.
That distinction feels important because honestly, this tense can sound a bit like others we use for the future.
It can, yeah.
So what really sets it apart? Let's say compared to the simpler future continuous or even the future perfect simple. Why not just say I will be working or I will have worked?
Excellent question.
Hmm.
And this is where that precision really shines. Let's take an example. Imagine you've got a big project deadline.
Okay. Work project. Got it.
If you say, tomorrow at 5 p.m., I will be working on the report. That's future continuous.
Right. Action in progress at 5 p.m.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Simple, direct. Tells us what you're doing right then. Now, if you say, by 5 p.m. tomorrow, I will have finished the report.
That's future perfect simple. Done deal by 5 p.m.
Correct. Focus on completion by a future point. The task is over.
Makes sense.
But if you say, by 5 p.m. tomorrow, I will have been working on this report for 10 hours straight. Now that's our tense, the future perfect continuous.
Ah, okay. So the 10 hours is to keep it there.
Precisely. It uniquely highlights the duration, the sheer length of the activity leading up to that 5 p.m. deadline. It communicates the continuous effort, the slog,
Right.
not just a snapshot in time or a finished state.
Right, right. So it's not just what will be happening or if it'll be done, but for how long it will already have been happening by that future moment. It gives a kind of history to a future event, like a future-facing look back.
A future-facing retrospective. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's really where its power lies.
Okay, that's clearer now. Can you give us another really concrete example, maybe a situation where the other future tenses just wouldn't capture the same meaning at all?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Think about, say, long-term business operations or even legal agreements.
Okay.
If a company statement says, by 2030, we will have been operating in the European market for 30 years.
30 years. Wow.
That one sentence carries this weight, this sense of deep-rooted presence and all that accumulated experience. You just don't get that same feeling from we will operate or even we will have operated.
No, you really don't. That history is baked in.
Exactly. Or think personally, maybe a big fitness goal, like someone training for a marathon.
Right.
When they say, when I cross that finish line, I will have been training for this for an entire year. It just beautifully captures all the sustained effort, the dedication.
Yeah, the sheer grind of it all.
And that specific detail, that emphasis on the year of training, it gets lost if you just say, I will train or I will cross the line.
That's a fantastic illustration. It really nails the difference. But, I can see how some people might find this tense a bit clunky or maybe overly formal for everyday chat.
That's a very fair point, yeah.
Are there times when using it might actually make things less clear? Or where, honestly, a simpler tense is just any common mistakes people make?
Definitely. While it's super precise, the future perfect continuous is, well, often best saved for when that duration leading up to the future point is really the important thing you want to stress.
So context matters.
Hugely.
Hmm.
In just casual conversation, we might often go for something simpler. If the duration isn't the main focus, it might sound a bit stiff otherwise.
Hmm.
And a common pitfall, definitely, is trying to use it with what we call state verbs.
State verbs
Like know, believe, understand, own verbs that describe a state of being rather than an active action. They don't usually work well in continuous forms.
Oh, okay.
So you wouldn't really say, by next year, I will have been knowing her for a decade. Sounds odd, right?
Yeah, that sounds weird.
You just say, by next year, I will have known her for a decade, using the future perfect simple there. So it's about recognizing when the ongoing action is truly an active, dynamic process.
That's incredibly helpful. So use it for precision, especially about duration, but don't force it. It's a tool for when you need that layered picture of the future, not just the event, but the journey to it.
Exactly. Precision, not pretentiousness.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. What does this all mean for you listening? This deep dive, I think, has shown us the future perfect continuous tense isn't just some dusty grammar rule.
Definitely not.
It's really a powerful way to talk about an ongoing action in the future and, crucially, its specific duration. It's all about things that start before some future point and keep going right up to it, or even through it. It really highlights the length, the persistence of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. And that leads to a final thought, perhaps. Now that you understand how we can precisely talk about actions that will have been ongoing,
Yeah.
how might that make you think differently about your own long-term plans or projects? Does focusing on the duration of future stuff, the process, the sustained effort involved, does that change how you approach setting your goals maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Or how you visualize the outcome rather than just focusing only on the final endpoint, something to mull over?